Ireland's latest deportation flight has everyone talking, sparking heated debates across the country and beyond. And for good reason. In the early hours of June 4, 2025, a chartered plane left Dublin Airport, carrying 35 people, 21 men, 9 women and 5 children, back to Nigeria. Families, some with young kids, were among those on board. For many, it was a night filled with uncertainty, fear, and heartbreak, as they said goodbye to the lives they had built in Ireland. Now this isn't a one-off event. In fact, it's the third charter flight like this in just a few months. These flights are becoming a regular part of Ireland's immigration enforcement strategy, signaling a significant shift in how the country handles people whose asylum or residency claims have been denied. Earlier this year, Ireland resumed these controversial flights, sending dozens to countries like Georgia and Nigeria, all under a new contract that's ramped up the government's capacity to enforce deportations. The government says this is about efficiency and making sure the system works as intended, but critics argue it's a harsh approach that doesn't consider the human stories behind each case. So why is this happening now? What's driving this sudden increase in deportations, and why are entire families being put on planes in the middle of the night? According to Ireland's Justice Minister, this is all about upholding the rules. If your application for international protection is refused, or if you're found to be staying in the country without permission, you can face removal. The government insists that a fair process is followed, with opportunities for appeal and legal representation. But once all avenues are exhausted, deportation becomes the final step. The minister really doubled down, saying these flights send a clear message that there are consequences if you don't have legal status here. The aim, officials say, is to deter people from abusing the system and to reassure the public that immigration laws are being enforced. But let's look at the numbers. In 2024 alone, over 2,400 deportation orders were signed, which is up a staggering 180% from the year before. That's a dramatic increase, reflecting a much tougher stance from the authorities. And already in 2025, nearly 2,000 more orders have been signed, showing that this trend isn't slowing down. The paperwork is piling up, and the government is determined to process these cases as quickly as possible. With almost 900 people already leaving, either voluntarily or by force, the impact is being felt in communities across Ireland. Some leave quietly, while others are escorted by officials, their departure marking the end of a long and often difficult journey. This latest flight wasn't without drama. There was a medical emergency on board, forcing an unscheduled stop. It's a reminder that these operations are complex, involving not just legal and logistical challenges, but real human lives and unpredictable situations. Still, everyone made it safely to Nigeria the next morning. For those on board, it was the start of a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty about what comes next. For some, deportation is about keeping the immigration system fair and under control. Supporters argue that without enforcement, the rules would be meaningless, and the system would collapse under its own weight. For others, it raises tough questions about compassion, family unity, and what kind of message these scenes send. Critics say the process can be cold and bureaucratic, ignoring the personal stories and struggles of those affected, especially when there are children involved. The sight of young kids being led onto planes is a powerful image, one that stirs strong emotions and fuels the ongoing debate about how Ireland should handle immigration. One thing's clear, Ireland's approach to deportation is changing fast, and it's not going unnoticed. The headlines, the social media reactions, and the public protests all show just how divisive this issue has become. So, what do you think? Are these flights a necessary part of a modern immigration system, or do they cross a line? Should the focus be on strict enforcement, or is there room for more compassion and flexibility? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think. Your perspective matters, and this is a conversation that affects us all. And if you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like and hit subscribe for more stories that matter. We'll keep bringing you the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the issues shaping our world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.